following program on Ada Derana 24 is classified as PG. It is intended for younger children in the company of an adult. It may contain some suggestive dialogue, infrequent coarse language, some sexual situations, or some moderate violence. Viewer discretion is advised. The following program contains opinions of the participants and does not reflect the views and beliefs of the Derana Media Network. The network believes in a safe space for all ideas to be expressed without any censorship and on its duty to create such a platform for free speech. Viewer discretion is strictly advised.
Hello and welcome to another episode of TPS, where we discuss about the most relevant and pressing conversations that shape the political landscape of Sri Lanka. And down the line, throughout the episodes, we were discussing about the most current and politically establishing topics that are relevant to the common public. So today's topic is nothing new because this has been the talk of the town in all the media channels as well as news and everything about it. So it's about strengthening independent commissions, and how about the commissions to provide the independent value in terms of the politics of Sri Lanka. From the Election Commission and the National Police Commission to the Judiciary and the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption, these institutions are being established to work out of politics where they don't have a certain involvement with regards to politics. So it is independent in terms of providing the citizens in their requirements. So to discuss about this topic, I have two guests over here. Towards my right, I have Mr. Akalanka Serasinghe representing the National People's Power. Welcome you as well.
Thank you.
And towards my left, I have Ms. Namini Panditha. Welcome you as well. Thank you so much to two of our guests. So this question is rather very general in nature, because first we need to know what is the real reason to have independent commissions in a country like Sri Lanka. So let me direct it to you first. So with regards to independent commissions, all that we have 9 now, and we are about to get 10th with the Women's Commission as well. Recently, 4 days ago, our Prime Minister, Ms. Harini, mentioned that the Women's Commission is about to take place. So with regards to that, do you believe the current political climate that the independent commissions are solely independent, or they are just independent for the name's sake?
Well, the current situation is that after the 21st Amendment, the President's power to appoint the members of the Commission has been, it was limited. If I go back to 2001, which is the year that the 17th Amendment was passed, and all 10 commissions was established through 17th Amendment, including the Bribery Commission and Police Commission. And at the inception, as we know that under Article 35, it was described the President's powers, and Article 35 to the Constitution, and it was somewhat limited through the 17th Amendment, especially the appointing the members of the Commission, and all 10 commissions, including the Police Commission, Bribery Commission, was established through the said 17th Amendment. And later on, after into 2010, just after the conclusion of the end of the civil war in 2009, at that time the current government established, enacted and passed the 18th Amendment to the Constitution. From that amendment, earlier, as I mentioned before, 17th Amendment, the Constitution Council was established with 5 members at that time, and then the Constitution Council was was abolished by the 18th Amendment and it was replaced by the Parliamentary Council, which is more unindependent and also which is covered by the President's power. And also later on, after the end of the Rajapaksa regime in 2014, 2015 the new Yahapalana government has enacted the 19th Amendment to the Constitution, which curtailed the power of the President. As you all know that the tenure of the President was curtailed from 6 years to 5 years, so the presidential powers was curtailed. This is the first instance that the presidential powers was curtailed by through one particular amendment, and also it has re-established the Constitution Council again, and also the amendments are pretty much, the content of the amendment is pretty much similar with the 70th Amendment, and also in the 19th Amendment also the President cannot directly appoint the heads of the government institutions, where the President have to get the recommendation from the Constitutional Council, which are containing the 10 members. And after that, in 2019, where again the end of the Yahapalana government, the SLPP government again get into power, and then they have enacted and passed 20th Amendment, which is pretty much the same as the 18th Amendment. It also abolishes again the Constitution Council, and it was replaced by the Parliamentary Commission. Same thing happens, and the curtailed presidential powers again extended, and the powers the President got more powers, and also the Constitutional Council was replaced by the Parliamentary Council, and because of that, the government appointment was politicalized. And after that, through 21st Amendment, the current Constitutional Council was established. So that's a brief idea what I can give you about the Constitutional Council.
Yes, I believe that was a very clear overview with regards to actually how the independent commissions came into this current situation with the current amendment as well. So Ms. Namini, now with regards to all that information as well, what do you think about the current context of these independent commissions? Are they rather independent, or they are perceiving an independent abstract, but rather is not independent because it has a little bit of influence in terms of politics?
First of all, Ayubowan, and thank you for having me. My colleague gave us a very comprehensive overview on the kind of the shape of the journey we took in terms of making these commissions independent. So we are in a time where we are talking a lot about these commissions, especially when it comes to bribery and corruptions. Even the government has set it as a goal for the country to end the corruption. Before that, I would like to say why we need this kind of a mechanism. So every time we talk about independent commissions, it might sound like dry constitutional topic. It's like not relevant to us, not relevant to daily life, but it shows like how power works in our everyday life. So every time when power goes unchecked, someone's rights violated. Imagine your own home. Imagine your father is more powerful, right? Imagine your school, imagine your university, your workspace. When your boss, when your teacher, when your manager is more powerful and concentrates a lot of power, imagine your situation. That is what happened when the country or the leader or the party, governing party, concentrates a lot of power, including the president. So one officer, one person has this kind of power, it threatens us. It is a sign that your rights are going to be violated sooner or later. So that's why we need to have these independent commissions. So when we come back to your question, like whether we have these independent commissions right now in the country. It is a tough question, because every time when we look back, and every time governments try to prove the fact that commissions are independent. Now we talk about several constitutional amendments, and now we say this amendment curtails the independency of this commission, and this commission. But back then, everyone, or at least the majority, defended those amendments. So whenever majority defends something, we think that is right, because democracy means that. Democracy means majority is power. But now we have come to a point that democracy is not majority's power. Democracy is individuals' rights. We have to secure individuals' rights, because majority can sometimes be wrong. So we have to make sure that even now within this government, under this government, these commissions are not, the government or the ruling party will not use these commissions as a populist tool to make sure that they have the legitimacy to move forward with the power. So that is a challenge we have. To be honest, it is a tough question to answer. Like, I don't think anyone can answer that question looking at these commissions right now, but we can analyze several things looking at how they operate and the way they operate. For an example, very recently we saw, I don't know, I also have a layman perspective about these things. Recently we saw that Vimal Veeravansha has made a statement to the police, I guess Tango police, right? And that statement is somehow is now publicly available to everyone. I don't know whether how moral or like how lawful that is. Because when we make a statement to a police, like it should be a private document, I guess, because otherwise how we can expect the investigation process to be transparent enough. Now since it is out, I don't think in future we can even file a case and proceed with the case. Maybe in 5 years from now, I don't know, the next government may say there is a technical error. Aegis department may say that, because there is a technical error, of course, because the statement is out. So that is not how a police should operate, I guess. So these are the institutional breakdowns we have right now within our system. So I can't say currently we have the best system ever. I can't say that, because I see a lot of errors, mismatches, and kind of things within the system. But also I'm optimistic, and I'm very positive that we can make this system better, not depending entirely on a government, but depending on us, like ourselves, the power of the citizen. Only we can make these systems better by demanding best from the governments. We should pressure the governments not to do this. Maybe I'm a person who voted for the current government, but I should have the courage to show my government what you did there was wrong. That statement should not have come out. It should be vested with the police station there, right? Just because of I don't like some politician, I can't appreciate the act by the police. So I think citizens should have that courage to come out and say, we don't appreciate this act. We need more transparency. We need more integrity. That is where we can make these systems more independent and democratic.
Yes, thank you so much, Ms. Namini. I believe a very practical perspective with regards to what you mentioned about how the independent commissions should function, because at the end of the day, these are for the public service of people, where they come upon with regards to the day-to-day situations with reference to the judiciary or the police or now the women's as well. So let's dig deep into these specific situations and the current establishments with regards to the independent commissions. Before that, let's go in for a short commercial break. This is TPS. Welcome back to TPS. We were discussing about the notion on strengthening the independent commissions. So now, with regards to everything that has been happening ever since the NPP government came into power, something that happened in the very beginning of this year is actually the removal of IGP Deshabandhu Thennakoon. So now, the NPP-led parliament initiated the proceedings of removing the IGP, and with regards to that, now, was this decision a sign of accountability or more like an institution to prove that the institutional strength, or rather it's a politically motivated under the disguise of actually independent or else a reform?
Well, I'm quite agree with Yasasmini's statement as well, that there are some issues that, I mean, it's not from the recent past, earlier also, some evidence has been leaked to the public. So that can, I mean, I'm in a view that should be stopped. And as you mentioned, removing the previous IGP, it's not, I mean, it's not related with the, political force or anything, it is actually it was done by the parliament, and that IGP has committed, I mean, we all know that the conduct of that the former IP, and the parliament has exercised its powers and remove him and reappoint a new IGP. And also, if I discuss about the police commission, now under Article 155G, police commission can remove police officers and transfer police officers. And also under 155J, Article 155J to the Constitution, the police commission also can delegate that particular power to the IGP. So as we know, past 2-3 months, a lot of police officers has been transferred from, to the remote areas, and also some police officers had been interdicted. So those powers, those powers are clear with the Constitution itself, and also with the currently the police commission as well. The issue is now, as you pointed out, now as per the topic of the theme of this program, whether the Constitution, the Constitution Council and also the other independent commissions had been strengthened, and whether is enough that the current commissions and the Constitutional Council is enough to establish the democracy and also the rule of law. Well, I would say that yes, somewhat yes, but through the Pohosat Ratak and Nidahas Jeevitha, Thriving Nation and Beautiful Life, our policy paper, under the chapter 4 of Dignified Life and Strong Country, we are proposing to bringing up a new constitution by abolishing the 1978 constitution. So shaping up and to come out from this mess, we have to bringing up, as my learned friend pointed out, not namesake independent commission. I'm not saying the commissions are namesake, they're active, but we have to go further up, right? We have to gain further independency. So for that, we have to establish a new constitution, not just, we have since 1978, we have, the constitution was amended 21 times. So for sometimes those amendments are pointless, sometimes because of the government agendas, they have just amend the constitution. But as NPP government, we are willing to bringing up a new constitution, but we are not doing it in a hurry, right? And also, as we mentioned in our policy paper, yes, we are planning to abolishing the executive presidency, but we have to get the, we have to do it through a referendum, and we have to get the ideas of the expertise and the lawyers and also general public, whether we should abolish the presidency or not. So we have to collect those ideas as well, and we have to wait another 2-3 years to collect those ideas, because we have to we should bring up a proper, strong new constitution.
All right, I'm going to stop you from there. I believe that was with regards to the police commission as well, with regards to the development and also how the recent incidents came about in play, because we are aware as to how the police officers were given a certain designations and also were taken down and taken off. So another perspective, actually, recently 4 days ago, our Prime Minister Harini Amrasuriya mentioned that a women's commission is going to come up. It's going to be established with regards to women's rights and the core values and the principles with regards to women, because I believe we already have 9 commissions, but this is going to be a 10th and an addition. So as a lady, I believe you can also relate and also you could have a say with regards to how much it is important to have a women's commission in a democratic country as Sri Lanka.
I might not have the popular opinion about it whenever it comes to women's commissions or minority things. Like, it is very popular if one can say, yes, I stand for that committee, that I stand for that commission, I really advocate for that rights. Of course, as a liberal, I always come back to my basic belief that individual is the core of a society. So for me, it is individual, not women, not LGBTQ, not minority, because at the end of the day, it is individuals. In each and every one of these collectives, when we break it down to the core, there is an individual. So if we can make a system where every individual, regardless of their gender or any other identity, can thrive in their lives, can achieve their biggest goals or the dreams in their lives, that is the system I really advocate for and I stand for. So I don't mind whether there's a women's committee or any other kind of a committee to safeguard minorities' rights, and I appreciate when people take steps to make sure that everyone has a good life, but also we have to make sure that does not affect the core, that individual. Because when we start talking about collective, sometimes we lose track of the individual. Because if we can make sure that every individual has rights, political, civil, economic, social, cultural rights, then why do we even have to talk about collectives? Because as I initially said, I'm a woman, but I am an individual. So I need to have the right to do a job as any other individual does. So if that is interrupted, if that is not given to me, then there is a problem. So I think these women commissions, the importance or the significance of women commissions comes in there, because historically and socially women have been discriminated. The most unfortunate aspect of it, our law has discriminated women for the longest time. Because we have 3 personal laws in the country. One is a Muslim law, Kandyan law and Tesawalame law. Under these laws, as we all know, that women have been discriminated when it comes to marriage, divorces and inheritance. Especially when you need to transfer your own land, your own property, you have to get the permission of your husband. Imagine that. So you are not discriminating because you are a woman, you are getting discriminated yourself because you are belonging to a religion, a specific religion or race or a region. So not every woman is discriminated. Sometimes you are getting more discriminated because of the fact that you are belonging to a specific race, religion or a region. So that this is we called as third world feminism also. Not every woman is discriminated, right? Imagine urban or a woman who is financially very independent, who lives in a town whose parents are very financially independent, and can we compare that woman with a woman who lives in a very rural area or who lives in plantation sector, whose parents are not very wealthy or poor, let's say? So can we compare these two women? We can't. That is where I guess this women commission is really important, to cater for the needs of the communities based on their necessities, needs. So we can't generalize women and we can't make laws. We have to make laws to make sure that every woman is secured. So for that, I guess a concept like women's commission is fine, but we have to make sure that it is not something just for the paper, because we have commissions. Every independent commissions we were talking right now is very good for the paper. They are very strong on the paper, but in practice we have challenges and we have issues. So if we are going to have a new commission, I guess first we have to understand the real objectives why we need to have a commission, because otherwise it will be another commission that paves the road for more corruption, more corrupted appointments. Not today, maybe 10 years from now, who knows what will happen. So it's not about getting new institutions or new commissions, it's about the objectives and how it resonates with the society we live in.
Yes, I believe that was a very understandable approach, because at the end of the day, rather than coming up with a 10th commission, it should live up to the whole cause or the whole core principle of its functioning. So something that I wanted to ask with regards to the Bribery Commission, its effectiveness, because down the lane now, recent establishments, we've been seeing people going back and forth in terms of the Bribery Commission's situation. So the Bribery Commission is expected to play a key role, specifically in the NPP's, I believe, the anti-corruption drive. So in that concept, do you think that the Bribery Commission has been given the independence, the resources, the ability to work around as a transparent commission or an independent commission without any much of a direct or rather substantially politically influenced role from your end?
Yeah, I would say like this now, especially the anti-corruption act was established in 2023, and also through it was enacted in 2023, and also through that act the powers was given to the Director General of SIABOC to especially institute actions against the ones who committed crime, the corruption and bribery. So for recent past, especially last 2-3 months, there are a lot of more than 70 cases has been filed, and also the previous ongoing cases has been they have expedited the matter and the decisions has been made. And I believe under the NPP government, we have given the independency to the Bribery Commission, SIABOC. As I mentioned before, that's not our ultimate goal. Under Thriving Nation and Beautiful Life, the policy paper, we, as I mentioned before, we are hoping to bring up a new constitution. Why I am saying that is, if you can see the structure of the Constitutional Council, all 10 members are involved with there are all half of the members are politicians. One member is Prime Minister, Speaker, and Leader of the Opposition, and also MP appointed by the President. So on. So out of most of the members, especially 6 members rather, who are directly appointed by the the politicians, and so also directed appointed by the will of the politicians. So this should be changed. So still we are under discussion, and as I mentioned before, we have to get the ideas of the expertise and also the general public to strengthen. The topic today's theme is strengthening the commissions. So we are, as a government, we are trying our best to strengthen the commissions, but our ultimate goal is through a new constitution to strengthen the commission and introduce new bodies replacing the current bodies.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to ask a very simple opinion with regards to this reappointment and the reassignment of the people with regards to these commissions. Because down the line, if we have seen through media and all, we have seen there has been a recurring system where certain political affiliations, influences come into play when people are being appointed, reappointed in the commissions. So do you think there should be a significant change with relevance to the NPP government as well? And do you see certain optimism with regards to the talk of these independent commissions throughout these couple of weeks?
I think about when it comes to this reappointments, I believe it should be a fixed term for any member. It should be a fixed term, so there's no fear that I'm going to be sacked, or there's no such thing as I will be re-elected if I favor for the government, if I favor for the leader. So it should be a fixed term and it should be ended with that term. I think that is the best way to make sure the commissions are independent, because at the end of the day, we all are human beings, right? We all have political interest, we all have our own self-interests. So if we are given with a good deal, who can say no to that sometimes? So I think the independence of the commissions should not be based on the goodwill of the people or the leader or the commissioner or the chairman of the commission. So for this time, we may have the best person who we considered as a good person, but that will change, because we are human beings and we will change. So that's why I believe in laws and systems. So I really appreciate the new Corruption Act, Anti-Corruption Act, which came to power in 2023. So it strengthened the powers of the Bribery Commission, and also it actually separated the Bribery Commission from the political influence and the political patronage or political forces, so which is really good. Likewise, I think every commission has to be more independent when it comes to its appointments, and we have to make sure that the key officials are not coming from where they have a loyalty to a several party or a leader, because currently we saw in the political debates and arguments, these names were raised, and even the opposition challenged government's credibility by this is your person who were with you in your political camp. So sometimes those things can be, just saying for the doing politics, but we have to make sure that we appoint people who are credible, who are competent, who are passionate about the cause, not coming from our interest, not coming from our party. Sometimes we may feel, yes, we need a man who knows us, who will cater for the cause. We know this man, but at the end of the day, it can create a huge mess, because it can use as a political tool by opposition, current opposition and future oppositions, future governments, to blame that we don't believe in the process, we don't accept the past decisions by the Bribery Commission, because the commission was political, because the commissioner was a friend of this government. I don't say a word about the commission or I agree with those allegations by the opposition. I don't go by any of those allegations, because I believe currently we have very independent Bribery Commission, and the commissioner is such a credible and very respected judge we had. So I don't believe in those things, but government has to be very cautious about these allegations and make sure that they will not make the same mistakes that the previous governments made.
All right, thank you so much. I believe with regards to that, the reassignment and reappointment has been quite questionable with regards to the current political landscape in the talk of the independent commissions. But then again, with the recent reappointments, there's some sort of an optimism, as you mentioned as well. So let's go in for a short commercial break before we discuss about the futuristic aspect of strengthening independent commissions. This is TPS. Welcome back to TPS. We were discussing about the notion in terms of strengthening independent commissions and how powerful it is to have the independence with regards to running the overall capabilities and the day-to-day activities of a commission. So now, when it comes to the current context, do you believe that where we stand in terms of all the functioning of the 9 commissions plus the one to be added as well, do you think there are certain things that the government has realized, okay, this needs to be improved in this regard, or this needs a little bit more re-establishment? Do you have identified these kind of concerns, and what is the call to action for the next couple of months during your tenure in the government?
Well, currently the Bribery Commission, CIABOC, has proposed that the Commission itself, following an action plan from 2025 to 2029, and also as per the conditions of IMF, we have proposed an action plan. So as per the action plans, we are working on that. And through Anti-Corruption Act, we have already strengthened the Bribery Commission, and also we have, as much as possible, we have depoliticalized that the Bribery Commission. So the main aim of a properly functioning the independent commission is depoliticalize. We have to maintain a depoliticalized bodies without any influence from politicians. So although we are saying that recent past there are a lot of incidents that the politicians have involved, especially the president's power has been influenced for the commissions by and large. So especially through 18th Amendment and also 20th Amendment, the curtailed president's power had been expanded, and arbitrariness has been, the president's power also regained the arbitrariness, and also it lacks the depoliticalization of the commissions. So from 2001 to 2020, we have changed the composition of the Constitutional Council, and we again, by previous government, again it was changed as, it was replaced by the Parliamentary Council, and again Constitutional Council. Without any proper decision, the previous government has changed the strength of the commission, and it was actually it was weakened recent past. But fortunately, from 2022, after the 21st Amendment with the previous government, we all know that it was established through previous president. The Constitutional Council was established. Now, at least there's a proper Constitutional Council with 10 members. But unfortunately, those 10 members are pretty much the politicians, and also the members also appointed through the will of politicians. Only 4 members are independent. So we should look forward to change that composition. So that's the very reason we have proposed a new amendment. Sorry, not just amendment, a new constitution. We have proposed a new constitution, repealing the current constitution. So we are working on that currently. As NPP government, we believe that there should not be political influence to any of commissions, and we are working on to maintain that policy continuously. So within this 4 years, especially as per the action plan of the Bribery Commission, we are maintaining that status. And for the other commissions also, as I mentioned before, we are not hoping to bring up amendments. We are hoping to bring up a new constitution. So that's how we are as a government, we are trying to ensure the independency of the commissions.
Thank you so much. I believe we have a certain optimism with regards to the futuristic aspect of the commissions of Sri Lanka as well, because with regards to how they activate now, the new constitution is coming up as well. So I believe there is some hope in terms of the proceedings. So a very short opinion with regards to your end. Now, we do have a lot of commissions, the 9 commissions, starting from maybe the University Grants Commission, which most of our general public know, to the Public Utilities Commission as well. So do you believe that these commissions play a very pivotal role, and whoever that watches needs to get convinced as to how important it is for these commissions to be very independent, because at the end of the day, we general public have to go along with whatever that is being provided from these commissions?
Yes. So there's a very famous principle in law that is, it is not enough that justice is done. People must see that it is done. If not, if we can't see that justice is not done, even when justice is done, we don't believe that justice is done when we can't see the process. So I believe the whole point of having independent commissions is to make sure that process is transparent and independent. The appointments, the transfers, removals, when people see how it is happen, then they start to trust the system, trust the process. When we start trusting the process, we feel like we are a part of this process. We are belonging to this process. Then we start contributing to the system. That is why I think that is the importance of having commissions, not on the paper, but in reality. So it is easy to have a commission on the paper. My learned friend continuously mentioned that they are going to get a new constitution. So since you represent the government also, I would like to suggest this fact, because now almost a year has gone. The popular period, I don't say the popular period is gone, but every critical, unpopular reform, I believe that has to be made during the first 100 days of a government. Because not every reform will be popular to the general public. It will not be appealing. So when you come up with something that you believe should be done, but it is not popular, that has to be done during the very first phase of a government. So when you say like you will take more time, like I question it, like will it be working? Like people will support it, because you need 2/3 majority and a referendum. So we need people's vote in a referendum. So it will be a tough task when we take more time. So that is one thing I want to press. And the other thing, I believe the whole point of having commissions is to deliver for the people, deliver the better, to give the citizens of the country a better life. And we have never been felt in our whole life that we are being treated even-handedly and equally, because we saw how the people with power and money were treated and how we were treated. Therefore, having these commissions independent is pretty much important to get the people's consent to the government and to get the legitimacy to the government. If it is gone, we saw what happened in the past. What happened in 2 years, 3 years back with citizens' protest. So now government knows what happened. We have the experience. People have the power. We know that what happened when they execute it. So you have to be very cautious about how you are going to execute your power. Do it for the people's betterment.
Thank you so much. I believe it's a very good take-home message for all our spectators and viewers with regards to how they should understand about strengthening the independent commissions. So it was a very valuable discussion with regards to how much of a crucial role that the commissions of Sri Lanka play with regards to the day-to-day life of the common citizens and how it actually directly implicates and also influences the political landscape of Sri Lanka. So I want to thank Mr. Akalanka Serasinghe, thank you so much, and also Ms. Namini Panditha for joining us. Thank you so much for joining today's program, and don't forget to send your feedback to our email feedback.ad24english@thedn.lk or via WhatsApp at 076805793. We will see you again with another episode where we discuss about the most relevant and pressing conversations that shape the future of the political landscape of Sri Lanka. Till then, have a good night and stay safe.
At least I did it my way. Lie way too faced, but in my heart I understand. I made my move, and it was all about you. Now I feel so far removed. You are the one thing in my way. 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 You are the one thing in my way.